always great to see you. Thanks so much for coming on the show. You are something of a geek. You're very tech-oriented. Yeah. So tell us, what are your thoughts about Nvidia this Wednesday? What will you be looking out for?
Sure. Well, we almost don't care what they're going to report, right? We are looking for the forward forecast. And if you're somebody that has bought Nvidia at 150 or above, you were thinking that this AI thing was going to take over the world. Probably every last square inch was going to be covered in data centers. I'm kidding, a little bit. But at that level, if you have bought it at its peak, that you would think that this company was set to grow and grow and grow. And by no means do I think that this quarter or even this year is going to be particularly slow, but AI is in its infancy. And I think OpenAI has been a big user of their product. Well, everybody has, but OpenAI is the first company, and its development has been slowing. Combine that with DeepSeek. I always want to call it Deep Six. I don't know why. DeepSeek, you know, it is throwing a pebble in the pond here and making big waves going, hey, do we really have to have just like unbelievable amounts of data to train large language models? And it looks like the answer is no. So I think we are at this moment where the developers of AI, it's not smart enough to develop itself, sorry. They're going to have to do different things that will use chips, but not necessarily in the way that has brought them progress so far, which is lots and lots and lots of data and lots and lots and lots of chips.
That's interesting. So this kind of ever-increasing amount of data that they've piled into the models, and I think there have been fears raised that the world doesn't have enough data to keep increasing at this rate. But you think that? Sorry, Kim. Yeah. Anyway.
No, I'm like 100% behind you, because like people were actually saying they would just make up data. Well, that's interesting. But having been somebody that was a software engineer in the AI space, working with neural networks, yes, sometimes you do have to make up data. But in the large language model area, I'm not sure what that would get you, because what we're trying to do is dump all of the heretofore known human knowledge into a computer, and making up stuff just doesn't sound like the way to get good data out, right? Bad data in, bad data out. So I think the computer scientists are going to have to think about this and move forward in a different manner. The other thing I need to say is this: not all hope is lost, but again, I think that AI is going to develop, but there's going to be smaller problems than learning everything that humans know and then delivering those problems or solutions in AI. And I think that is a very underserved area right now, where, you know, Nvidia will participate, but again, not in this all-encompassing, I need every last chip in the world sort of way. So investor beware, but in the long run, AI is going to be a very usable technology.
Would you be a buyer of Nvidia stock right now?
No, not right now, not before earnings this week, and certainly not before we get a little more clarity about where the actual science is going.
It's interesting. My former colleague Anbar Kanwar pointed this out this morning. The Mag 7 is down 2% this year. Only Meta is up. It's up 15% in 2025. Nvidia is flat, but all the others are down. Could we move over to fast food? Domino's. Yeah. Investors not delighted. Change the theme here. You have another pick in fast food, but tell us what your reaction to this Domino's news is. Disappointment.
Well, Domino's could be a domino, right? It could be the beginning of a trend here. Last week we heard from Walmart, which it serves just about everybody not on the earth, at least in North America. And they're forecasting a spending slowdown, both, well, an earnings slowdown, but also a spending slowdown. And it looks like Domino's Pizza, which skews to the middle of the economic scale, they disappointed not only on earnings, but on revenue. And that's the cautionary tale right there, is the consumer going to pull back and not get that weekly pizza or whatever your time period for pizza is, because of tough financial times. And this is something we always have to be asking ourselves. And with a change of administration and just a change in the year, what does this year bring? And it looks like not good things for fast food, or at least for Domino's.
Wendy's, though, you have a soft spot for. You see potential there.
I do. Well, they've sold off earlier this year, so it's an okay entry point. They're affected primarily by two things. The company is late to the competition with respect to breakfast. If you're driving around and you need a quick breakfast, McDonald's seems to be the go-to place, and Wendy's has been trying to make inroads. And it's expensive to get the staff there and to just, keep that. It's not necessarily money losing, but it's not as big of a producer as McDonald's. Breakfast is. So that's issue one. And just the price of beef seems to be really high for all of the providers. And Wendy's, because they're mostly a hamburger place, not necessarily chicken, they got hit disproportionately. But we believe that should equal out for everybody, and that they could be a good idea to add to your portfolio.
Thank you very much, Kim. It's always great hearing from you. Kim,
Thank you.
Forrest.